So, all praise, glory, and honor to our Shem Shai, Ba'asham Kadash. Double honors to our apostles, James, James Stone, and salutations to the Akim, pushing this through the lost and saved to know our truth. We so called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. We are the real Israelites. Those are just names, proper bywords, that was placed upon us by our enemies. And we are the real Israelites. Those are not our names. All right. So the topic of this lesson is, as I'm going to call it, Roman America as the heading. This can be like a subtitle. Give them bread and circuses, and they will never revolt. Not on the, I'm not going to elaborate on the point that they will never revolt, but what bread and circuses have done and is still doing, the effect, that it's still effective on the root of it. And basically, it's Rome all over again. These are some of the things that we use to say, hey, this is what it means when the scripture says, his deadly wound was healed, which is talking about the ancient Roman Empire. All right, because the Roman Empire, was the beast, is the beast, was the beast back then, and it's still in the second leg of a beast that Revelation 13 chapter is talking about. So I'm going to read that precept first, before we get into a piece of the article. I get into an article. It says, and the point is in 3. All right, and I want to make a next point around 7 and 8. All right, Revelation 13 and 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, which is talking about the Roman Empire. All right, a beast that rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his paw. All right. And the dragon gave him his paw, and his seat, and the great authority. Now, in verse 3 it says, and I saw one of his heads, as it were, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. So the beast was conquered and defeated. And that is when Septimus Severus, that general, which was an Israelite, wounded the beast. Was wounded to death. But it says his deadly wound was healed. All right? And Septimus Severus was the one who actually wounded the Roman Empire. Bring it down to a point. Bring down their power structure to a point that it was deadly. It was so deadly. It was almost, out of here, man. All right? But it was healed. Now, when that beast healed, it said the world wondered after the beast. So where did it heal? Where did it move to? Where is it? Where is it now? Because from it was healed, it wasn't defeated. Not until this very moment. All right, because now we're living in the second leg of the Roman Empire. So the reason why I bring that out is that we're still in the Roman Empire, and things that the ancient Roman Empire used to do is the same thing that America is doing. All right, so I'm gonna give you the same strategy of bread and circuses that was used in ancient Rome. All right, and this is an article, bread and circuses and ancient Rome, an ancient Rome strategy used in modern American times. So you see, so even this person picked up on that, man, and that is the whole. Even this person knows this information. All right, and a lot of people does, man. Presentation and theme, bread and circuses. I read that already. Bread and circuses, an ancient Roman strategy used in modern American times. What is it? The phrase originates from the Roman poet Juvenal, who stated that the Roman government used this method to win votes by popularity. Bread and circuses refers to the strategy of giving citizens what they want to distract them from what is going on in the government and economy. See? Meaning the people no longer care, or they are distracted from how the house is being managed. But right now, the house is being managed to their detriment. See, because they're so distracted that they don't even know how serious that they're heading into like a hyperinflation. They can't see that, man, because they're so distracted and busy wanting the affairs and the pleasure that this society brings. You know what I mean? They're so dying for pleasure. And what the Roman Empire did, they set up games on all fronts, man. They set up games and entertainment, and they make it so popular, man. They make it like a not popular, like a so frequent and so repetitive. At one point, the people, let me see if we can get, let me see if we can, let me read some more in this, because I'm going to read this first, read a precept first. This is Luke 21 and 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your heart be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, so that they come upon you unaware. Let me see what this word surfeiting is dealing with. Surfeiting, giddiness and headache caused by drinking wine to excess. Meaning, the body of the world is a party and drinking and that, all of that, man. Debauchery, you know? And cares of this life, man. The pleasures of this life. That's what it is talking about. Because the pleasures of this life were purposely set up to keep you in a docile state, to keep you, docile, to keep you down, to keep you stupid, to keep you not, focusing on what the real matters at hand. Real matters like America is about to be destroyed. The mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, is about to be mandatory. See, so in ancient Rome, in ancient Rome, the Roman Empire centered around emperors. As the emperors and their power grew stronger, the citizens' role in the government became less prominent. All right, they no longer, let me look up this word prominent before I speak on it. Search. The word prominent, important, or important, famous, projecting from something that you were on. So important, famous. So, brethren, the citizens, the citizen role in government become less important and less famous. Saying because it was known for people to partake and to know, the government doings, man, government actions and all of that, so they can hold them to it. But that became less important to them because the only thing that they care about now is the provision and the pleasures that the flesh lusts after. Juvenal stated that the people that once bestowed commands, consultships, legions, and all else now meddle no more and longs eagerly for just two things: bread and circuses, man, which is the entertainment. They just want to be entertained. You know, Roman entertainment circus maximus, which means great circus, all right, was a stadium built for chariot races. Colosseum was amphitheater that was home to the gladiator contest, animal hunts, public executions, and naval battles. All right. Admission was cheap, and all citizens were allowed to attend. Thermae, or bath houses, were built by emperor for luxury to the citizens. So these were set up, and when you read up on the great, the Circus Maximus, they told you, man, the events leave from, from an annual basis, and they increase the amount of entertainment. Some entertainment lasts for weeks, days, weeks, in some celebration and festival go for. You know what I mean? So they were very much distracted. So they wouldn't know you are interested in what is going on, you know what I mean, in and around them. Roman government gifted food, free grains was gifted to the poor. To win lower class, farmers were given business from this and more time. See? Just like right now, they're giving you free money, basically. They're giving you free money, these stimulus packages. In America, the economy, which means house management, in America, the economy in the United States is plummeting to an all-time low. So the dollar is about to crash. The dollar is devaluing by the minute, by the second. But people don't care. Majority of the people don't care about that, man. They're not. Their eyes is not on that, man. Their mentality is, the party. When we can go back to party. When we can go back to enjoying the games, being at the games. Now that is the reason why they do this. They're opening back, like they allowing spectators and fans to return to the stadiums. All right. Premier League, up to 500 away fans could return to stadiums, and they did it. Los Angeles Dodgers, these football fans are back. Final 2 matches, Premier League, very rare. So both in football and in basketballs and in baseball and all that, they're allowing the fans, Spike Lee, 15K other Knicks fans stoked from returning. That's it. Net starters are back together, and so are the fans. NBA playoff fans return, no bubble, many contenders. So you see, the thing is, they purpose to do these things. You know what I mean? First of all, they gave you the games, so whether you're at the stadium, yes or not, you can be entertained. You can be so distracted. And look at what is going on at the time. America, the Amalekites, you know what I'm talking about, was bombing the hell out of the other side. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Because they tend to censor these things now, man. The other people, their neighbors. War was heavy over that side, missile launching from country here to country here. All right, you have the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip being implemented. You have so many measures and protocols being put in place, and laws and moves being made, but the people are being distracted, man. The New World Order is at hand. These people pushing for the New World Order. They haven't given you about to make their cooked up their poison mandatory. All right. So let me read further in this. Most citizens do not pay attention to news. Yeah, you have people make you know that and they don't watch news. News is too sad. And the news that they are given, they don't that's where they get fed the most lies, you know, and they cannot see on the other way because they're not interested to do any research on what they are being told on the news. So that's a waste of time for them. Most citizens do not pay attention to the news. It is true. See, me hear that from people directly, man, they don't watch news anymore. It is too sad. See, and the politics, they don't pay attention to news and politics because of all the coincident timing and the celebrity scandals making the front page. True, true. That's one of the things why they don't pay attention because they faded that. But yeah, all they have to do, man, is just look for alternative sources, man. Because the information is out there. Do your own research, do your own digging. All right? Because we're at a time now where at any time, man, you can see rioting in the streets. You can no longer have access to food. You can, your money that is in your pocket by, will be so useless because that's where it's heading to. All right? Celebrities, scandal making the front page of the news, modern technology. Because even when the war was going on over there, hey, what did I think it was Tapia that came out here, or I don't know if he was out here that's saying that China was gearing up for war, and your media did not report it. The Jamaica Gleaner, the newspaper, or TVJ News, none of them did not report it, or whatever the media outlets is out here. They did not report it. You know what they were showing? They were showing all the other things that pertain, like the good things. Look at people that are dying from the scooped up vaccine. But they're not promoting that. They're promoting all the lies, the good, which is all lies, man. They're telling you that, oh, it is good and all of that. When people are dying across the world from the cooked up vaccine. And celebrity scandal making the front page of the news. Modern technology, social media, Instagram is full of pure scandals and, pure foolishness. And this is what the people love. And they purposely gave you that, man. Modern technology has made it easy for citizens to become distracted by reality television, sports, and music rather than focusing more on important issues like economic collapse. Because it will collapse. That's what is coming. Government bank loans and welfare have also enabled people to let their economic worries slip by allowing them money when they want or need it. I don't have to go any further than that, man. So you see the comparison. This person here, it's a very good comparison because that's how ancient Rome was. So and that's how these are some of the things that we use, you know what I mean, to know that, hey, we're in the second leg of the Roman Empire. You know what I mean? Let me get my next precept. Let me finish this. And cares of this life, and so that they come upon you unaware. So the day that is coming when the money crash and the rioting start and the time of Jacob trouble, it's gonna come upon you so when you least expect it because you were too busy, caught up on sleeping, you know what I mean, in the pleasures, drunken with the pleasures, man, of this world. That's why the scripture says, watch, man. All right. Let me open this in a new tab because I want to bring out something. 21 and 24. All right. Yeah, he said, far as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth, as a trap. That's how it's gonna come. Because you're being led in the trap, man. All right. So you're busy in the pleasures of this life, care of this life. Busy wanting to be entertained. You know what I mean? Busy hunting money. Busy lusting after the things of this world. So that's a snare unto you. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore and pray, and you only gonna find a few doing this. You're only gonna find a specific number of people doing this, or men. that he may count it worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. You know. So back in Revelation, let me just get back to Revelation 3, 13 verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And that's how he continued, with his bread and circus, with all of the act and the more. Now we actually improvement or not improve. He escalated and multiplied. His philosophies, his methods. Now people are being brain fucked or mind fucked on all levels. A lot most people. He set up these snares, these traps on all fronts, man. Everywhere you turn, man, it's just driven by the lust and what the flesh wants, the entice. That's what the devil does, man. He said he's a deceiver. So who's deceiving people on the earth? Who's the greatest deceiver on the earth? The so-called white man, which is what? The Edomites, which is the devil, the physical counterpart of the devil on earth, man. Satan on earth. All right. So Revelation 13 verse 7, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints. Yeah? We are the saints. And he's still making war with us now, man. What do you think they're gearing up for? Brother had the dream, that they came for the apostles and other brothers, man. See? And different brothers had that dream. Where they come in with their military, their state troopers, or whosoever, the police, the army. They come for us. Then that's gonna be the ultimate test for us, man, because they're making war with us now. Because it's a spiritual war now, but it's about to get physical and to overcome them. So they want to overcome us. So they're gonna come for us. They did that to the apostles back then. Remember, they hunt them and they kill a lot of the apostles. That's why the scripture referred to them as martyrs, man. Some of them as martyrs, they died. But they were saints. And the saints really referred to him as an Israelite because they go Psalms 83. They wanted to cut off the name of Israel that it be no more in remembrance. Yeah? That's Psalms 83, man. Alright? And to overcome them. And powers was given him over our kindred and tongues and nations. So this is the power that was, bear in mind, it's a power was given him. And bear in mind who give that power. Yahweh is the one that gave him that power. Yahweh is the one that's Yahweh, the Most High. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is the one that Yahweh is the one that set him up to rule. Alright? And all that dwell upon earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the earth. So everybody, there's a set of people that will not worship this beast, man. And that's talking about the elect of the nation of Israel. Those are the only ones that will not bow down and worship, especially taking that mark of the beast, man. You're gonna have people that resist it, otherwise, even people from the other nations. But specifically, concerning the kingdom of the nation of Israel, only the elect, of that nation will actually stand firm, all right, and against the beast, against the beast and their philosophy, all right. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. All right. So the point was that, man, the ancient Roman Empire, remember that it was the same Roman Empire when Yahushua was born, who was ruling at the time, the Roman Empire. And what did they do? What did they do when the child Yahushua was born? They sent out, he sent Herod, which was an Edomite, a so-called white man, sent out his armies to kill every single newborn in Jerusalem, man. All right, in Bethlehem, I believe. See? All right. Let me get the next preset. So, okay. And then we'll close off. No, it's Romans 13 and 11. It's Romans 13 verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. You know what I mean? Now is the time, you know what I mean, to be focused. You know? Now is the time, you know what I mean, to be on fire. And not be distracted. You know what I mean? And caught up in the games. As I said, not that you're gonna watch, not that you don't watch the games. Or I'm saying don't watch the games or the, you know, the entertainment. But as I watched a video earlier today, you know what I mean, from I think it's James Class of Kings. You know what I mean? Not, you don't indulge in those things all day. Because you have people that are locked in their rooms all day playing games, man, from morning till night. You know what I mean? Till midnight, till, you know? You have a lot of people that stay that way. You have a lot of people that's caught up in the games and the entertainment part of this world. That's why they can use it to trick you, man. What the big nose, the Prime Minister out here said, Andrew Holness, he said that if you get the vaccine, you can't party again. Because he know that people care about, most what they care about is entertainment, is being entertained. All right? So he said, and that knowing the time, because we know the time, we know that we're in some very serious times. All right? From 2020 up until this very day, man. And it's about to get more exciting, more interesting, more terrible. All right? Because really and truly, man, you haven't seen anything as yet. That now it is high time to wake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. And that's for those who have ears to hear. That's, you know, that's not for everybody. The majority of these people are gonna stay locked in and gazing at, you know what I mean, gazing at these things, man. Gonna be stuck in what you call it, you know. You're only stuck in one place, man, in sleep mode. All right, until that day come. For he said the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the whole armor of light. These things, the world, this is the world of darkness. See? The scripture tell you, I'm gonna get that one. I don't intend. Let me see something. Let me see how far we're going. About 28. Hopefully it is edifying when somebody is edified. Let us put on the armor of light, you know, which is what? Faith, the scriptures, the truth, which is the word of the Heavenly Father. All right? And casting off darkness, man. Casting off the works of darkness. And let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering, I mean, just caught up in just sex. You know what I mean? Everything is just, you know what I mean, to pleasure the flesh. Then seeking from place to place for the next high. And wantonness, not in strife or envying. Put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, and make no provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. And the things are there. The things are there for the provision of the flesh. So you know, we have to bear in mind and not to seek after to please the flesh. See? But that's why he said, what put ye on Yahweh Shai? And make a provision for the flesh, because the flesh leads to death. And they set it up that way. That's the path that leads to destruction. That's the path that Esau set up to entice you to the point of death. To lure you out into the point into death by using the pleasures and the music and by using the entertainment to lure you out and to keep you, to lure you out of your place of security, which is your place of security should be in your house, in your shot, to lure you out. And who is not trying to lure out, he's trying to prevent. Who is not trying to prevent, we have already, he's trying to keep into that place of pleasure and distracted. All right, so let's look at this word entertainment, and then we'll close it out. I'm going to go etymology. Go etymology online. Let's look at this word entertainment. They want to keep you amused, man. Entertainment. Entertainment, provision for support or retainer, manner of social behavior, no obsolete along with. And from senses from entertain plus meant, meaning the amusement of someone. See? And this word meant, I think you go back to mind. All right. So it's to distract the mind, to keep the mind distracted. All right. From 1600s, sense of that which entertains. Now look at this word entertain. Entertain, to keep up, maintain, to keep someone in a certain frame of mind. Yeah, that's why, that's what these games were set up for. That's what the gladiators. What do you think in that movie Gladiator? What did Russell Crowe scream to the people and said, are you entertained? Because that's what they want. They hunt and eager for blood. The flesh, man. They're eager to be pleased. And when they're pleased is when the blood is shed. See? They're pleased to be entertainment, to get to reach that height so they can go home. All right? In a certain, to keep, you say what? To keep in a certain frame of mind. So that is the reason why all these games they give, this is the reason why they give your bread and circuses, man. To keep you in a certain frame of mind. To entertain, to hold, you say hold it together, stick together, support. From enter among, from land enter, plus tenere to hold. So whatever they do to you, man, they enter into your mind and they hold you. Keep you distracted. Let's look up this word amuse. So that's what these are purposely done. All right. Amuse, to divert the attention, beguile, delude. All right. Amuse, a fool, tease, hoax, and trap. That's why scripture says it as a snare shall it come upon you, because you'll be caught up in this in the trap, in the snare. Make fun of, literally cause to muse as a distraction. So that's the reason why they give you bread and circuses, man. All right, let's go on further. Original English sense is obsolete, meaning divert from serious business. Tickle the fancy off is recorded from the 1600s, but through the 18th century. Through the 18th century, the primary meaning was deceive, cheat, see, by first occupying the attention. Who's perfect? Who has perfected this, man? Who has perfected this? Deceiving you, keeping you amused, keeping you entertained. This is not what you call it, no. This is not a light thing. Your people have been hunted, man. The scripture tell you that they hunt our steps. Who's that? The wicked. And that's why if we're not covered under Yahweh Bashim Yoshai, you know what I mean? You're going to be caught, because they're going to hunt you to the point of death. You're going to hunt you and kill you. Hey, shalom, man. Well, this video was edifying to those who elect. You know, Tawada Yahweh Shemir Shai put in the spirit and me to do this, you know, to bring this word out, the word of truth, and you know, hopefully it is edifying, you know, to the hope for the elect. All right, double honors to the apostles of James, citations to the document.